Good afternoon, traders. It is Tuesday, August 23rd, 2016, and the U.S. stock market is closed. Today was a really interesting day, and actually some of the more interesting stuff took place after the market closed, and I will talk about this in just a second. Um, if you watched my video yesterday, you know that I called this a bull spike down here, second bull spike in a row. But for that reason, I did call the Dow up for today. Well, you can see it certainly went up today at the beginning, very strong. Looked like this thing was going to go to the moon, and then it gets up here. We're 20, 30 minutes into the day, and it starts to fail, and it failed all day, and it closes near its low. Nevertheless, I was correct in my calling the Dow up, because the Dow did officially close up 17. And I don't pay too much attention to the other indexes, but I believe the NASDAQ set a record high today. And so that struck me as a little bit unusual given this action. But regardless, the Dow did close positive. I am still going to call it up again for tomorrow, even though it's closing almost on its low today. Particularly what I saw in the aftermarket, and I'll talk about that in just a second. Not sure what's going on, but I do see the prices. I'll show you. Let's see. Okay, so anyway, this helped us get out the run up at the beginning of the day. We closed out with $8,400 positive in closed out trades, so that's real good. That was an improvement over what we had in open trade yesterday. We are technically on the boards showing negative 3,300 in what we're carrying into tomorrow. Now, normally that would make me a little uncomfortable, and we have quite a few positions too. I forgot to count them. So I would be normally a little bit nervous about that. The reason I'm not nervous, at least right now, is something happened in the aftermarket. And let me discuss that aftermarket when I get the one stock that is most important. So let's look at two stocks, and I'll show you one of them here. I showed you this yesterday. This is JDST. This is inverse gold. This is kind of a hair-pulling stock today. 3 days ago, we bought this thing right out of the gate. It closed a little bit in our favor. Then we get this big gap up yesterday. Very, very nice. Because of that big gap up, we hang on to this thing. And then we get out today right there. Now, we did make $5,000 in profit right there, even though that looks like a lousy place to get out. We made $5,000 in JDST. However, after we get out, the thing takes off again and pulls back, then it takes off again, and we end up buying this with less than 30 minutes to go, and there's probably another $5,000 between where we got out and where we got back in. It would have been nice to have a crystal ball and just stayed with it, but we trade the system. So we took $5,000 there out. We got back in, and we're carrying about $400 positive in open trade equity in JDST. So we just have to see how that goes. But a little frustrating to be out of it all for this whole time here. Now I'll show you the one that's got me scratching my head and pretty excited. This is LCI, which is Lanet Company. We had bought this yesterday. It just waffled around here. Actually closed, I think, slightly negative, maybe $30 or something like that. It gaps way up this morning. That's good. And we ended up getting out of it here with, I think, about $1,300 in profit. Keeps pulling back for about an hour, and then it pops up here. We end up buying it again. Looks pretty good. I'm sorry there. My foot's on the keyboard. Anyway, looks pretty good. Then it pulls back. Ends up closing against us $30. So why am I showing you this? Well, here. The price it's closing at looks like about 32.3 on this chart. Folks, in the aftermarket right now, as I'm talking to you, this thing is over 37. I mean, that's up on the ceiling from where this chart is. And on I can see these prices on my managed accounts, and this thing is up about $8,000, $8,000 right now. So might not have quite that much here on this Trade Station 4, but I'm sure we have $6,000 positive in it. Now, talking about aftermarkets is really dicey because we don't know. It's a long ways till tomorrow morning in the real-time open where we're going to be getting out. But right now, our open trade equity isn't negative 3,300. It's over positive 5,000. That's assuming that Lanet Company can hold anywhere near this 37 price that it's currently trading in the aftermarket. So, knock on wood. Let's hope this goes well for us tomorrow. This is Trader Bob signing off. See you tomorrow on Wednesday.